Tonight Live. My name is Marilyn, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada on Thursday, August 7th. I'm happy to have you join me here. I do see that there are some things in the chat. I will get to them in just a minute. I had a little trouble getting in the right place tonight, so sorry about that. Things just happen, technology and whatever. So pop on, let me know where you're watching from, what kind of day you're having. I've had a great day. I watched a Zoom training on AI, which is just amazing what can happen with AI and how we can use it in our Stampin' Up! Business or just our personal life. There's lots of things can be done with it. It is just so exciting to learn all that kind of stuff. And I can hardly wait to try it. So let me know if you've tried AI and what you think of it. And if you want more help, I have contacts that can help you figure it all out. So I've got some classes to share with you. I do 2 a month, the second and third Thursday of the month. Today is the last day to register for the card class on the Thursday, the monthly card one. And for every Friday, we do a Zoom with Friends class, which most of the time other people teach, and we just have a great community going there. So if you're looking for something to do on a Friday at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, let me know, and I'll include you in that list too. So let me switch the camera down to my desktop, and I'll pop over here to see if I need to do anything. Betty just got some two-tone paper. So yes, some ideas here for you tonight, Betty. I'm going to show you a few that I have, and there's lots more out there. Pam, Linda. Pam, what are you saying? Remember when it's time to leave here, we all say goodnight, Betty, goodnight, Linda, just like the Little House on the Prairie. Good idea. Good idea. Keep in touch. Just keep commenting. And I see, thank you, Stacy, for answering my question that's going across the top. What's your favorite flower or veggie color combo for your crafting? And Stacy says roses, any color, baby's breath, and green leaves. So yes, we get our color combinations from lots of different places. And I can't say, well, I do like sweet peas, would be my flower of choice. But otherwise, bright colors are usually my go-to. So first things first, let me show you, and please keep commenting with each other. If I don't get to answer your questions on here, I will certainly go back and answer them either privately or in the YouTube comment section once everything is up there. This is the card that I did last week. And as always, I draw from those comments either on here live or over there after the fact. If you watch the replay or you've come in, I had somebody comment yesterday, I think it was, on one of them. I don't know a name, so please leave me your name. If it doesn't tell me in your sign-in name, I'd like to be able to comment to you by name. And this card from last week has been won by Pam. And I know you're on here, Pam, so that will be coming in the mail to you. That's the only way I can send those cards is by you commenting. So whether you just say hi or whether you come on and keep chatting and sharing like this, whatever, it works for me. So two-tone paper. First things first. You probably know it's on sale. Two-tone, or back up. Not just two-tone paper. In colors are on sale. But in colors do come in the two-tone paper. So I have the 5 current in colors here. And what I've done with mine, and just as a sample to get you started with it, I see some of you saying I don't know much what to do with it or whatever. As I was going through it today, I did buy mixed packages when they first came out. I thought I'm not going to buy a full package, don't really know, that kind of thing. So I bought some mixed ones, and I was going through them, and I've shown them to you before, but I'll just show you again what I write the colors on the back. So I've got quite a selection of the colors, And I thought, you know what, I've got to have a better way of seeing these. So I went through today and I made 5 1/4 by 4 cards of each one, and I've labeled them. The lighter side is a label on this side, the darker side is on that side. And that's just my way of doing it, so that I know that they're all when I want to pick, I can pick that way. So I've got the in colors there, which are on sale. And then I went through all the others, and I have all of these. So I have quite a selection, don't you think? Like, I would say, okay, I've got a pretty good start on this, until I went to my catalog. And this is the pages where 76 and 77 where you'll find them. We have two-tone paper in all 50 colors. I only have the ones that are highlighted. So I've got maybe half of them. I was really surprised because I thought I had more. I don't know if I'll get all of them as I go through and use what I've got. Maybe I will, or maybe I'll buy full packages, but these do come as 12 sheets in a package. So I think you pretty well have to really like that color if you're going to buy a full package. Then, to share with you what you can do with two-tone cardstock, can't talk. I have this sheet again from Lillian that she shared with me about how you can tear it, and it's got a white core. You can crumple it so the white does show through a little bit. You can sand it, which I will be doing tonight, or you can fold it or cut it to have different colors. So that's just a little bit of what you can do. Then I'm going to make a card and show you that before I show you all the other samples I have. So for this one, I have chosen my regular Hawaiian. She remembered and found me. Good, good, thank you. Thinking of the two-tone, there is in the new mini that's coming out, there are 2 or 3 more of these packages that Catherine's talking about. Whoops, I hit the right button. Assorted packs. I did look at those because I thought, okay, maybe I'll add some more of those to that big list that I don't have. But a lot of the mixed packages like that, or assorted as they're called, also have colors I have. So it doesn't work for me at this point. So I'm busy trying to read comments and do this. I find that if you put black behind your layer, it makes everything pop. So I'm going to put black, just a real narrow border behind Cajun Craze. And I am going to use, I think maybe, I've decided to use Timid Tiger for my, the top piece. But I think I'm going to use the dark side up on that one. So to get it ready, first of all, and this was from, sorry, I don't remember her name. Somebody had shared a card like this, and I saved it because I liked it, and I felt like it wasn't all the way down. So basically, what she did was she scored at 1/2 inch. Well, that's what I did on my other sample. I don't know if that's the measurement she used, but 1/2 inch and 3/4 on every side. And then it just gives it a little bit of a border. You could use a dry embossing folder through your cut and emboss machine. And that's what some of us have done on other cards. So there is my borders all the way across. So now on the raised side, I can sand it. And you can sand with, let me put this down because then I don't quite have, I have this sanding block that was Stampin' Up a long time ago. you can use a nail file. Actually, that's got a lot more control than I had with the block earlier. So I'm just going to highlight those score marks, which ends up bringing the white core through to show. And something like when you do your nails, you gotta be careful where the end of that nail file is, because it sands maybe what you don't want. But in my case, I want all these lines to be highlighted, and that's going to give some definition to my card. So then it will go on here. And I like, with all of my cards, I do like to have all my pieces ready before I start gluing. Because sometimes, I don't know if you guys have done this, but sometimes I do things upside down. So I'm going to bring in the cut and emboss machine. And have I got a treat for you guys tonight? First of all, I'm going to show you my old plates. Pretty dirty and yucky. Pretty curved and quite rough on that side. So I went searching today, and in my stack, I had a brand new set. So aren't you lucky? You get to watch me start out with that. So I'm going to make sure I've got the right pieces. And yes, it's going to leave a mark on there, but oh well. So on my Timid Tagger, I'm going to do the dark piece with the background for this word. And then I've got adhesive sheet here where I'm going to, on this side, on the lighter side, use the other piece. And that's going to be my focal point on this card. Crunch, 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 crunch. Yes, I know, it's what we don't find. I knew I had some, and when I went looking, I found lots of old ones, which don't ask me why I'm keeping them. But yes, it does end up cutting into your blade, but it's all just part of doing things. So there is my background piece. Now I'm going to turn this over and try to keep this cutting plate on the bottom. I try that for a lot of the time, but sometimes I just get mixed up and in a hurry. Do you ever do that? Or do you keep one that's strictly for top and bottom? I also at one time kept one that was, or two, that were strictly for embossing. Because as you saw on that one bottom plate that I had, it gets quite dirty, and when you're trying to emboss and have something look really good, it doesn't. So tell me any other hints that you have with trying to keep things looking neat. So I'm going to punch this out, peel it off if I can. Okay. Somewhere there's got to be one that... There. It's got all these little holes, but some of them are just punching out the extra pieces like this. So I'm going to mount those together right away. Whoops. So that will go on there. I can put these back so I don't lose them. And then I have a little bit of stamping to do because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. So I'm going to do that with you. Also in this set, there is flowers, stem, words, and that's what I'm going to stamp. So for my flowers, I'm going to use pecan pie for the stem. And I'm sorry, but Faye's not here with me tonight. So if there's questions people are asking and you know the answer, please go ahead and answer. And what did I do with my? And if not, like I said, I will get back to replying later. This is kind of a neat set in the fact that if I line it up right, it looks like a bouquet of flowers. So I thought that was kind of neat when I tried that. I do getting to know you sheet when I get the sets, and I was quite surprised at how easy that was to line up. And then I'm going to use these words, and when you stamp, if you hold it, it will, the longer you hold it, the better the ink will soak in. And yes, please keep chatting with each other. I am just going to clean this before I get my fingers all in it. And Stampin' Up! Has such great tools for doing all of this. I do want to cut this out yet before I move this. So let me try to get my plates on here again. And in order to keep this in place, oops, you can't see what I'm doing. I often use a piece of a Post-it note just to, well, and it's really, probably on these plates it won't make much difference, but on my my well-used plates, because they're not bent, curved and whatever, quite often I do have to have something like washi tape or Post-it notes like this hold everything down. Otherwise, I would not have anything cut out that looked like I wanted it. So there is the die cutting. And no, I'm not die cutting this. As you'll see on my other card, I really like the just trim it as best you can. And we have a saying that a lot of us are trying hard to do is done is better than perfect. So if you just eyeball it like this, you can get something that's going to work. And then, what else do I need? Oh, I need some ribbon. I have some of the new, okay, it's the Timid Tiger, which is the lighter one. Faux linen ribbon. I'm trying to find the right words for it. And I used this on a couple other cards that I'm going to show you in a minute. I know a lot of people tie their bows right on the roll, but I tend to struggle with that, so I'm going to cut mine. But I do like to do the bunny ears, as we call them. Just that. Pull it through, even it up, and that's going to be a bow that's going on there somewhere. So there's my pieces that I'm going to use. So now I can start with putting them on. Damn, wish you could eyeball it. You can, and you know what? The rule of thumb is, if you can't put it on straight, put it on crooked on purpose. So if you can't cut that straight, try cutting around the words and make them bubble words of their own. And nobody will know the difference. But, Ines, your eyeball isn't straight either. So I'm going to just mount these flat. You can do either. It doesn't have to be one way or the t'other. I really like the narrow border. Makes it just stand out. So as I'm doing this, and you've seen the color selection I had there, this one obviously in my world is tending to lean toward fall colors. What other colors would you use as a combination here? Because I'm using my light and my dark here, if I can get this apart. Oh yeah, looks like I should be able to. So your adhesive sheets are the best for this. But give me some color combinations that you would use, whether it's with the new in colors that are now on sale, or whether it's with your regular colors. I was surprised as I was doing this today with all of the colors I have, that there are in two of the multi-packs, and maybe Catherine, if you're still on here, you can vouch for this as well. There's two colors that have retired. And the boho blue and what's the other one? Wild wheat. So I do have a couple of those. So there is that. I'm going to just arrange that like that. Although I am going to use dimensionals here, just to give it a little more dimension. And then and like I say, don't run away at the end, because I do have quite a few samples to show you of the two-tone paper, and so many more things you can do. You know what? I could use dimensionals on those too, because look at, there's enough. I show you, there's enough room to put the tiny dimensionals on. And for this piece down here, I have a little border piece here that I've been, oh, that one's too big. I've been trimming just to have little pieces. So there's lots of ideas for how you can make your tools work for you. Oops, I think that's a little bit too long. So cut that off, put one there, and then I'm going to get another tiny piece. Yes, it's fiddly, but the end result is really nice. Oh, you don't have those packs. Okay. I don't remember which pack without looking at them there, but I was surprised when I was trying to put the colors on, because if you notice, when I did these, I put my item number in case I really want to splurge and get a pack of 12 of them. So I'm ready for that. But and in the in color sale, when I was looking at that, I noticed that there are some kits with the in colors and some designer paper with the in colors that are also on sale in that sale. So don't think it's just got to be paper and ink. I did, because I hadn't bought any yet, I bought the blends. Sorry, I'm busy trying to figure out where to put that. I think I'm going to use the bigger dimensionals on that one. And so have you purchased any of the in color items on sale? They are for the whole month of August, so you certainly don't have to right away, but as always, it's while supplies last. And then I'm going to tuck this, make it just a little bit tighter, and put it I always struggle with this. How do I make this You know what? I used to do this, and I'm going to go back to it. I know people say they don't have to be the same, but I like them being the same. So there is my bow, and for that, I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals. You can do it either way. You can put your dimensional. These things are glue dots. They're not dimensionals. Put your glue dot on your ribbon, or you can do like I am here, is put it on your project and then attach your ribbon. Online, you have to turn a little bit. But there you go. So that's one way of using the two-tone paper. Actually, two ways. You're sanding it and you're using it in the two different shades there. So let me clean off a space here to show you some things, because I have lots. And one that I made the other day specifically for my team meeting, and I was really tickled with it too. So this is the first one I did today. So it's done with Blackberry Bliss and Fresh Freesia here. So you've got the two of them, the same but different. This is another one I did with Pool Party. I cut it, flipped it over, so this is the dark, this is the light, and ran it through an embossing folder, and just added a embellishment from the Wildflower Birthday Bundle, I think it's called. This is one that Lillian had shared with me, showing the dark and the light, and again, that one's a Pool Party. This is one with a dry embossing folder, folded over and sanded, so you get to see both tones. This is one with just cutting the paper and alternating light, dark, gives you lots of opportunity for different colors. And kind of the same idea here. This is light and dark, whether you believe it or not. And then the same here, and done with embossing folder back there. So those are the cards. Well, thank you, ladies. Catherine, Pam, Karen. This is what I made for my team. And I used in two-tone paper here. This is the Darling Duckling, the lighter shade and the darker. This is the one, if you watch Lillian's live on Monday this week, she had done this holder, and she used cardstock. I used the in-color paper, and it works well. It's not quite as thick as cardstock, but it does work well. And the strip, you start out with a 12 by 12, but you take one inch strip off, and that's what I used for the belly band. So, and then I followed, oh boy, I don't have the name of this either. Oh, Hetty Jones. I do have the name. Another demonstrator from Edmonton. And Ines. The color, two-tone packs do come in multicolors, but you don't get to pick what those colors are. There are, I think there's 4 or 5 of them in the annual catalog, and there's 2 or 3 in that up-and-coming mini catalog that we just got access to the PDF. So check it out that way, but there are lots of them. So Hetty had done showing a 6 by 6 piece of paper, and this is the pear paper. You take, try and get it so you can see it. The 6 by 6 paper, so I've got, and you cut it in 3-inch squares. This one was cut at a diagonal, this is left at the same. This is 3 1-inch strips, and this is 4 1 1/4 squares. And make 4 cards out of one 6 by 6 piece of paper. I just thought it was phenomenal. I loved it. Using, this is the Darling Duckling ribbon. And in that package that Lillian shared and I have done here, I can get quite easily 4 cards and envelopes in there, and then with the belly band on top. So another way to use your two-tone paper to, it's a little bit sturdier than DSP, but it also works really well when you want to to fold it and use it for 3D projects like this. Okay, that's all I have on my desk to share with you. I'm just going to quickly look. Don't think there's anything else too urgent. Hopefully you've answered each other's questions and whatever. And I'd like to thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. And hopefully we can meet up again next week, if not sooner. And keep crafting together. Keep having fun. Take care, everyone. Bye now.